Good morning, reception. So I hope you're all excited to find out what our next story is in our traditional tales topic. Well, this week it is Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She lived with her mother in a village near a forest. One day, Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her grandmother. She took her a basket of food with her. On her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf. "Hello," said the wolf. "Where are you going?" "I'm going to visit my grandmother who lives in the forest," explained Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf ran to grandmother's house. He went inside, put on a nightgown and got into her bed. A little later, Little Red Riding Hood came to the house. She knocked on the door. Then she went inside. Little Red Riding Hood went over to her grandmother's bed. "Oh, Granny, what big ears you have," she said. "All the better to hear you with," answered the wolf. "Oh, Granny, what big eyes you have," said Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to see you with," replied the wolf. "Oh, Granny, what big teeth you have," said Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to eat you with," said the wolf. "Help!" shouted Little Red Riding Hood as she realised that there was a wolf in her grandmother's bed, and she ran out of the house. A woodcutter was nearby. He heard Little Red Riding Hood's screams and ran to the house. The woodcutter hit the wolf over the head. The wolf ran away, and Little Red Riding Hood never saw him again. The end. Now, when I think about that story, I think about Red Riding Hood having to walk through the forest all by herself to reach her grandmother's house. Wouldn't it have been nice if somebody had given her some instructions? Then she definitely wouldn't have got lost. So I wonder, what instructions would you give her to get to grandmother's house? What type of words do you need to use? Can you remember how to write some instructions? That's right, we need to use imperative verbs. Can you say that for me? Imperative verbs. Those are those bossy words, those words that tell us how to do something or what to do. So when writing instructions for Little Red Riding Hood, you might want to tell her where to go. So you might say, turn left. You might tell her to run past the tree. You might want to use some landmarks in your instructions to give Little Red Riding Hood a clue or some help along the way. Tell her what she needs to pass. So you might say, past the rose bush on your left. You might tell her how many steps she needs to take. Maybe you'll tell her to take 5 steps before she turns left. I have already written some instructions that I'm going to share with you. So I have remembered to use my capital letters at the beginning of my sentences. I have remembered my finger spaces so that I can read the different words. I've remembered to use full stops at the end of my instructions, and I've also remembered to try and use my cursive handwriting. So my instructions are: start at the big tree. Take 5 steps forward and then turn left. Skip past the red flowers and then jump over the mushrooms. Tiptoe over the old bridge and arrive at Grandma's house. These are my instructions for Little Red Riding Hood. I wonder if you can come up with your own. We look forward to reading your instructions. Take care and keep safe. Have a lovely day. Bye.